Hello and welcome to Euphoria. I am your production player for today, Maddie Searle. My pronouns are they, them. I am a white non-binary person in a dark green bandana and a purple t-shirt. I am playing today with these fantastic players, Deathmatch Island by Tim Denis, published by Evil Hat. And I would love for my players to introduce themselves for us with your name and pronouns, your description, and your character's name and pronouns, starting with Magnolia.
Hi. Hello. My name is Magnolia. My pronouns are she, her. I am a sort of broader black woman wearing a black dress, locks, glasses, the whole thing. That's not a whole thing. I don't know what I'm saying. Um, I am playing tonight and the last two nights, and then the next last night, I am playing Mabel Winter, a sort of gangly little sad 30-year-old woman. Mabel, nickname Lazarus Winter. Pronouns, we're gonna say they, them for now. In character, it's she, her is fine. We haven't established anything yet.
Sweet. And Louis.
Hi, my name is Liu Sun. My pronouns are she, her. I'm an Asian American woman wearing a black shirt and the Molly Mock tea leaf button up. And I am playing Calliope Lee, also she, her pronouns. She is a neat, like tidy looking Asian woman who smiles when people look at her and then drops it the second they don't.
Beautiful. And Taylor.
Hello everyone, my name is Taylor Navarro. I use she, her pronouns. I am a mixed Latina woman with tan skin. I've got glasses, silver hoop earrings, my hair is up so you can't see it, and a grey t-shirt. Today I am playing Harper Hoffman, who also uses she, her pronouns. Harper is, I guess legally speaking, a badass bitch, and that's all you need to know.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, Anusha.
Hello, I'm Anusha Battersby. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a white woman in my 20s with blonde hair, blue eyes, and I'm wearing a maroon jumper. I am playing Dr. Ari Yukovsky, who uses both she, her pronouns and they, them pronouns. And she is a tall, beady eyed woman with a shaved head, a gold tooth, a birthmark, her ears pierced, and tattoos on both of her hands with floral and fungal designs. She also wears a mood ring, but doesn't know what any of the colours mean.
Beautiful.
Oh, and she's a nuclear engineer. I can't remember if I mentioned that, but it might be helpful.
Excellent. So last we left off, we were in the midst of the final battle of Island 2. The Alpha Alliance had fortified their position at an outpost on the edge of the massive frozen lake, and a firefight is raging inside. The leader, Sunday, the CrossFit trainer, is taking her show of strength to extremes. An advisor of hers, who you may come to know as Nazanin if they survive that long, is vainly calling for restraint. Further down the shore, the remnants of the Reborn who survived the assault on the forest are drawing straws, deciding who should die by chance rather than by force. You have elected to leave these remaining Reborn to their fate, so we will see what happens later on. The team also has to contend with Burchard, the man who has been spreading false rumors about the team, and an otherwise unaffiliated group of competitors who seem to have taken his side. Harper has smashed the canal boat into the wall of the Alpha Alliance base. Ari has set off gas capsules inside. Mabel has tried and unfortunately failed to defend against an attack from the unaffiliated competitors, and Calliope has been knocked unconscious by Burchard. So, we are beginning this game with the Battle Royale contest. This is always a deathmatch contest. Only a fraction of the remaining competitors will progress to the next island. So, who is going into this competition? But first, I need to figure out the target number that you want to reach.
Oh no.
Please roll low, please roll low, please roll low.
It never goes wrong.
Oof. The highest number that I rolled is 10, so you need to beat a 15.
This is fine. Everything is fine and good, and we're gonna survive this.
God has favorite children, and none of them are us, right?
God has said that I am his strongest
Blessed.
soldier, and I am going to prove it to you here today.
and thus giving you his strongest battle.
Hashtag cursed.
All right, who wants to announce their entry into the contest and assemble their dice pool first? You do not need to have a plan yet, you just need to see how you roll.
Good, because
Okay.
I don't.
Right. So the battle royale deathmatch. Did we choose what the secondary stat for this was?
I think the bonus capability die is for the scramble, so that was the previous.
Oh, okay, that's fine
But you
then.
can add another one if you spend something. I think is it fatigue?
Yeah, okay. Let's go, gamers. I'm ready. So my name is Harper Hoffman, and that gives me a D8. I am using Deathmatch. That gives me another D8. I am going to spend 1 fatigue and also take Challenge Beast, which gives me another D8, but I don't have another D8, so I'm just going to roll 2d4 and add them together. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so it's 3d8. I'm going to be using my assault rifle, which gives me 3d4 on top of that. And I think that's it for the moment. I don't have enough dice, but we're just going to have to improvise, everybody.
It's all good.
Rolling d8s first. One of those is an 8. The other one is a 6. I'm going to roll the 6 again. But remembering it was a 6, that's a 3. So 8 plus 6 is 14.
14, yeah.
And then the d4s get added on top. So
yes, so the highest d4
and a 3. And then also a 1. Is it the highest 2d4 or just the highest 1d4?
Highest 1. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, you've got an 18.
I have an 18.
Fantastic. Amazing. That absolutely smashes it. All right. Who is next?
For context, this is picking up where we left off, right? So I've just flung a load of gas canisters in and I'm on the floor.
Yes.
You don't need to have a plan yet, though. You just need to roll, and then we describe in order.
Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, as in that was what I'd already rolled for last time.
Yes.
Doing all that, so that's what happens after that.
I can go ahead and go if you want, or...
Yeah, I'm going to have a look on what I have.
Sure. Your girl, Calliope Lee, is going to take 1d8 for her name, 1d8 for deathmatch, which is required. I'm going to spend a fatigue to use a d8 on social game, and I will also be taking 3d4s and using my Remington shotgun. Let's see how it goes.
You got this.
7, 7, and 5 on the d8s.
Nice.
And the high, I got a 3, 4, and a 4. So
incredible.
Pretty decent. What's the math on that?
So I think that's 18 as well.
Oh shit.
So yeah, perfect.
Oh, huge.
Okay, who's up?
Oh my gosh, right, what do I have? I don't have a rifle anymore. I've got an assault rifle.
We have one island to teach Harper the power of friendship.
Capsules are gone. If you use the recon gear, does that go as well?
I think, yeah. I think the recon gear is mainly for the scouting phase when you're trying to figure out where everyone is. But if you're willing to use the resource, I think I'm happy for you to get the D4s on that because you're spending something.
I think I'm ready to go if no one else wants to yet.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to add a D8 on my name. Can I do a D6 on my occupation? I wonder. Calm under pressure. Maybe it's that simple. If I can do a D6 on my occupation, I'm adding that. Then a deathmatch D8. I'm going to take 1 fatigue to add a snake D8. And I'm going to do 3d4 for my assault rifle.
Beautiful.
So that is 1, 2, 3 d8s. 1d6 and 3d4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So my 2 highest dice, other than the d4s, are a 6 and a 5. And then I've got a 4 on the d4, so I believe that just beats it at a 15.
Incredible. Yes, you just make it. Perfect. Cool. All right. Mabel, I think you're up if you're ready.
I am. Okay, question about the small luxuries, because those relieve fatigue, correct?
Yes. Those are, I think, exclusively used on the boats between islands.
Oh, okay.
In fairness, I did use one to make a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
Which was booze.
No, well, the problem is they were used to relieve fatigue on the boats between the islands, and I am trying to use it to relieve fatigue, but very much not on the boat between the islands.
I don't think I've ever relieved fatigue.
That's a very Dr. Yurkowski thing to do.
I am fine.
Yeah, you are. Oh, okay. I'm trusting myself to have marked things off and I don't have them anymore. So I'm trusting I still have the advantage D10. And it's that D8 name die not challenge beast, it's deathmatch. So D6, D8, D10. Yeah, fuck it, we bought a monster assault rifle. It's now or never. So that's D8, D6, D10, 3D4.
Oh no.
I won't hold you. It's not looking great.
Oh
no. It's looking like 5, 5, 3 is what it's looking like. 5 on the D8, 5 on the D6, 2 on the D10, which cool.
Wow.
Thanks, Testy. And so I think that's 13.
13. Okay.
No.
Let me just double check something.
Did you pull on trust with people? Do you have trust?
Oh, shoot. I do have trust. I don't remember who was closest to me.
I trust you.
You know what?
I don't know if statistically I do, but
I don't know if I have leeway to do this. I might do something incredibly weird, and use the one trust from. No, because the higher I can roll is a 6. Okay, who's got a D8 named I?
All of us.
Because the idea I had was call the one trust from Callisto and get weird with it that way.
Oh, I think all of us have D8s.
Okay. In that case, why does it say Harpet? Okay. I'm going to use my one trust with Harper. I'm going to believe in the power of friendship so we can teamwork this in the last session.
Harper did say last episode that she believed in you and thought that you were the biggest threat.
Yeah, exactly. Harper is unfortunately creating the sort of friendship generator here that is powering this endeavor.
While also thinking of ways to tear us all apart. As a
yes, this is true. I'm not denying it.
Brought us together, Harper. This is your downfall and uplift. Joke's on you.
Look, someone has to play an antagonist here.
Accidentally wholesome.
I'm guessing it wasn't satisfactory.
It was a 3.
No.
That's a big yikes from me, fam.
Yeah, no, we're huzzed. Whatever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you fail on a deathmatch contest, you take an injury.
Yep, and that's another advancement. So,
Swings and roundabouts.
Oh, well, there you go.
You got that going for you.
I'm going to be a glass fucking cannon in this death match.
Okay, so starting with Mabel at the bottom of the list, how do you fail to take control in this final battle royale?
Okay. Says Mabel Harper. Harper? Fuck me. It says Mabel Winter, 31 years old. Never amounted to much. And
God.
I barely remember what was going on. Because I remember the last thing I did was I tried to defend somehow. I cannot remember the thing I was defending from. I think I was trying to keep everyone like away from y'all, and it just turned into like them getting jumped.
Yeah, I think it was the unaffiliated competitors who had sided with Burchard were trying to like use their proximity and their seeming allyship to injure you. So I think maybe you got shanked by one of those.
I think they just go for round 2 and it goes exactly the same but worse. Oh my god.
So yeah, what are your injuries looking like? What have you sustained in this combat?
So, got half my injuries from this combat. I'm at 4 right now. I'm getting so unbelievably hosed.
Okay. Moving on up the list. Ari, how do you just barely manage to come out swinging in this battle royale?
So Ari has just had to leap out of the way of a flying boat, while also throwing gas canisters into a building that is about to be, if it is not already, on fire. She's fallen. She's taken an injury to her leg or her ankle. I can't remember which it was. I think it was she tweaked her ankle slightly as she was falling. And she's already got her shoulder injury from the done earlier on the first side. And she just crawls her way through the hole that is created by the boat crashing into this building, kind of drags herself to her feet. She's a little bit dazed. I think she gets there as the gas canisters are going off and as like the boat is going into the building. And I think are there windows around? Is there glass flying, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
I feel like she'd get quite a deep cut on her arm as a piece of glass just like glances off. So I feel like the injury looks worse than it is probably, but it would still need some attention. It would still need like a tourniquet or something. And she just drags herself to her feet and starts firing the assault rifle at the leaders of this group. Or at the very least, like not fatally. She's not trying to kill anyone. She's just trying to wing them or just kind of slow them down.
Fantastic. Okay, I think we need a roll-off between Harper and Calliope.
D20? Or
I don't have a D20. Do you have a D8 for your name die?
Yes, I do. Let's get it.
An 8.
3.
Ooh, Harper takes it again.
That's okay.
Okay, Calliope, how do you take advantage of this situation?
The screams and wails of Mabel below, most of the people taking advantage of the fact that she's down there is that is useful, and also the fact that the doctor and Harper are causing chaos across the water is useful, because here there's not very many people. Here there's just Burchard on this cliff with me. Calliope Lee, elementary school art teacher, sitting shotgun. Calliope Lee takes her Remington. Her head is pounding. She regains consciousness, realizing that she's been rifle butted and aware of what was whispered in her ear shortly before. And as quietly as she can, creeps along the top edge of this cliff until she sees Bersherd traveling back to wherever his group is. One shell to the knee takes him down, but Calliope wants to have a chat, which is where social game comes in. The chat is not like the camera is zoomed out in such a way that it doesn't catch everything that's said, but you see Calliope bends down, like takes a knee next to this person who strikes out at her chest with some sort of weapon, and she doesn't move, and she just takes it, and then she says something to him, and then domes him, and that's the end of her segment.
Incredible. All right.
She's so cool.
So fucking old. Oh my god.
Elementary school teacher.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Harper, bring us home. How do you sow chaos with your boat in this battle?
So it comes up on the screen. Harper Hoffman, definitely 30. Her looks aren't the only thing about her that's deadly. Harper had dived off of the boat into the water, and she swims with such strength and confidence, like gets out, like, and there is chaos. The doctor is like what she likes to think of as suppressing fire. And it kind of cuts to a confessional where Harper's like, yeah, so when I was 18, my mom sent me off to boot camp. And it was fine, you know, like the kind of dance exercise was my favorite part. But it turns out I was really good at laser tag. And it cuts, and she's got her back to the wall, and in military precision, she comes in using the gas to kind of cover her, and is taking single shots and completely like downing people. She goes through slow and methodical, with just like such grace and fluid movement, and it kind of cuts back to the confessional, and Harper's like, yeah, this is why I told them they should really give me a weapon. And then it kind of like gets to the point where she is standing in front of the alpha leader, who is busy up bickering with their second in command. And she just levels the gun at the back of their head, and it fades to black as you hear a gunshot.
Beautiful.
That is terrifying.
I love her. A woman after my own heart.
She's a demon.
Wow.
A boss-ass bitch.
When it cuts to they should have given me a gun, it also cuts to Mabel on the ground.
Mabel is in the Yamcha pose. Mabel is in the Yamcha pose.
Yeah, Yamcha pose. Mabel's just like this on the ground. Really should have given her a gun.
Amazing. So, as you manage to take out Sunday, the leader of the Alpha Alliance, the subordinates lose faith, and Nazanin, the second in command, takes control and says, "Stop! We have to stop this. This is absolutely foolish. We have to retain some sense of like civilization in this hellhole." It's not very convincing, but I think everyone is just so kind of traumatized and shocked about the violence that's been going on that they kind of take the excuse to lay down their arms, and enough people have already been killed that it satisfies the blood price of Deathmatch Island. There are very few people left, so you can see down the shore of the lake the few remnants of the reborn. Some of them have voluntarily offered themselves up to be killed, so that if you just look in the distance, if you have recon gear, you can look through the binoculars and see that Callisto is the one remaining survivor of the last reborn. You thought that she had passed away. in the forest, but she's still here. She keeps coming back
I was
like a
right.
rash.
I'm impressed with Callista.
And you have managed to get rid of Burchard, the devious, snake-like speaker of lies, and any remnants of his allies lose faith and fade into the shadows or are taken down in the last moments of the battle. So you make your way to the nearest port and are ushered onto the cruise ship that will take you to Island 3.
Sorry, quick question.
Yes.
Can we see any of the cameras that are filming us?
I think they're usually quite well hidden. You did see one that was in the sort of underwater canals, but if you take the time to look and perhaps use some binoculars, I think you can see one that is kind of hidden in a little camouflaged bit of brickwork.
Okay, I think if they find it, I think Dr. Ari Yukovsky would look into the camera and just kind of go, like, are we done here kind of thing before moving off to go on the boat.
Yep. The
Kind of like
lens.
are you not entertained kind of
Excellent.
gesture.
The lens just stares blankly back, offering you no answer.
So then kind of flicks it and leaves.
Nice. Okay, so you are on the boat. It is time to do some mechanical admin and recuperate from the trauma that you have just experienced.
Yeah, team building, right?
Team building.
I mean, that was kind of fun.
So,
Anyone after this all over think Mabel's still alive? Or like it's about, I think the boat's like about to pull off, and you see them just like crawl up to it.
Oh no!
Oh,
kind of reach out a hand and drag them on.
Yeah. So, the leader at the start of the next island will be Harper, because Harper won the battle royale. Now it's time to do some theory crafting. Please let me know which of the following types of theory you think is actually going on here. So we've got political project, entertainment, big experiment, and weird.
Harper still thinks that this is entertainment.
Legit.
I think I've shifted towards thinking it is entertainment, but I think there's something more to it. I'm not sure who is being entertained or why. I think that's where the focus for Ari would be. Is this people paying to watch this? Is it enemies that she's made? That kind of thing.
Perfect. Okay. And Calliope and Mabel, do you have any thoughts?
Mabel is being uniquely and cruelly punished by God. Mabel is getting, frankly, a bit Catholic about this.
Yep.
Mabel is thinking about everything they've ever done in their fucking life and being like, okay, well, would a higher power be angry about me for X, Y, Z?
Yep.
I think Calliope at this point is leaning entertainment due to the fact that a lot of her actions have been private, like no one else who's living has witnessed them, and she's accruing followers like at the same degree as her fellow competitors, so it's seeming more like that at this point.
All right. It is now time to give the jury votes. So every competitor player records jury votes from the other players, and the categories again are outbrave, outsmart, outtalk, and outlast. So starting off with Calliope, what do the other competitors want to give Calliope as her jury vote?
Outtalk.
Outtalk.
Yeah. Outtalk.
All right. Outtalk from each of them. And for Mabel, What is everyone want to do?
Outlast.
Absolutely Outlast.
Outlast, without a doubt.
Oh.
Legit. And for Ari.
Ooh.
I would say Outsmart.
I'm leaning towards Outbrave.
Mm.
Outbrave from me.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't all need to give the same one, so you can split them up between you.
So I've got an Outbrave.
I'm also leaning towards Outbrave. If only because I'm thinking of doing Outsmart too. Harper for doing it, they're like thinking about a thing and then executing on it actually.
Excellent. What are the other votes for Harper?
It's got to be Outsmart, eh?
I think Outbrave as well. I'd like Outbrave to be represented somewhere, so if I'm the one giving it, then I think that, because what she's doing does take guts.
100%.
You were literally
Thank you.
in a boat that is about to be on fire, flinging yourself at a building. Like,
and may I
time the jump off from that? Like, that takes
Absolute action movie shit.
I picked Outsmart because statistically the number of like the success rate is like the highest for her, and it's not close, I don't think. So
Not even.
Look,
Yeah.
I do really poorly in phase 1, and then in phase 2, I don't come to play, and my dice understand that.
Winning where it counts.
Harper's
Okay.
not getting those advancements, so she doesn't need them.
I don't.
I think it is now time for you all to clear 2 fatigue each. And if you mark 1 use of small luxuries or survival gear, you get to clear another 2 fatigue.
Can I
will
play
clear
the
mine to
mine?
complete. Can you what?
I think I've
Can I-
already used my small luxuries. I don't think I have any more. In
I
terms
have
of
1 small
clearing
luxury.
fatigue, if I've had my 4 fatigue and that has contributed to an injury, does that fatigue get wiped anyway? Because you can't go higher than 4? Or would it go back to 2?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
Is it like a case of you bank it and then it goes into the injury and then you start over?
I think you don't clear fatigue once you've had an injury,
Okay, cool.
so you can clear it now.
Cool. So that's 2 fatigue and 3 injuries.
I mean, we'll share if a small luxury if you need to clear that last fatigue. They'll hand the whiskey bottle over to you.
I mean, if you don't need it, then thank you. That would be much appreciated. She takes it, she swigs it, she hands it back. I don't know if small luxuries can be shared mechanically, but
I'm just going to take. I have
there.
2 uses of it. I'm just going to take 1 off my sheet as well for you, so I have no small luxuries now.
I'm very happy for you to share resources if you are willing
Take
to.
another fatigue off, so I've got 1 left.
Oh my god, you were at 4.
You
That
get
was the
to
wrong bit.
clear 2 fatigue with a use of small luxuries, so you can.
Oh, so that's gone completely. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Thank you very much.
No
0
worries.
fatigue.
Wait, okay, so the 4th fatigue counts as an injury.
Yeah.
Or is it after the 4th fatigue they start counting as injuries?
Yeah, if you can't mark any more fatigue, then that's when you take an injury.
Then never mind. I'm
I
actually not
should
injured.
use that goddamn challenge beast die.
Oh, wait, so hang on. The minute I hit 4 fatigue, I assume that was an injury.
Okay.
Would it be on the 5th?
It would be on the 5th, I believe.
I also
Okay,
didn't realize
forget the glass in the arm then. That did not happen.
Same. I still have
Someone's
2.
doing
Oh, good.
It
It's all
can
good.
happen aesthetically.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why am I imagining Harper as the crocodile from Peter Pan going drat every time like something good happens to her teammates?
No, she's not. Honestly, at the moment, Harper is on the boat. She's found a reflective surface, and she's pulled out her small luxury that she got in the first challenge, and it was like packaged, and she's unpackaged it, and it's like a Nova brand lipstick in the same plum color as their jumpsuits. And so she's applying lipstick in the mirror and like doing a little dance because she's honestly on top of the world right now.
They call her Harper Narcissist.
I thought you were going to talk about her being self-reflective
No,
and self-aware.
no.
Harper is absolutely staring.
She's
into
found
that
a
thing.
mirror. She's putting on her lipstick. And she's cleared all. She only had 3 fatigue anyway, and she's cleared all of her fatigue. So she's ready for the
She's
next thing.
thriving.
She's
Only had 2
thriving.
fatigue.
Moisturized,
You're
flourishing
so
in her
different.
lane.
Mhm.
Oh,
Beautiful. So we've had a moment from Harper recuperating. Does anyone else have a little moment with their character, how they relax and get back that fatigue?
Well, the small luxury that Calliope has is definitely hand cream. That's like the non-negotiable thing. So she's gonna be like slowly applying it over and over again in like a slightly creepy way.
Amazing.
I've got a question around this actually because I have a classified map and a cryptographic code book. Can I divulge anything from either of those? Like, can I try and figure those out?
If you've got a classified map, because you already found the classified map for Island 2. I think at this point, when you look at the classified map in the kind of the cold light of day on the deck of this ship, you can see that it is a classified map of Island 3. So when you open the Island 3 document, you can turn to page 2 and look at the classified version.
Oh,
Yippee!
Maddie, should we mark down new followers for the last challenge?
Yes,
yeah.
you're absolutely correct. So
I get 18.
yes,
Just
Harper
right.
gets 18.
I can't remember how many I was on because
I think Harper, I think you get 15 because it's equal to the target number. Apologies.
Oh,
38, and then I added a load. I can't remember how much I got last time.
And then Ari
Call it.
and Calliope get 8, and Mabel gets 1.
Yep, that. Yep.
40, 43, 44.
yay.
Can anyone remember how many I got last time? Because I can't.
Nope.
It was like 15 or something.
I think we both understand. We might be close to the same number, so you might be kicking around 53 right now.
Yeah, 38, 39, 44, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
So which will put you at 61, I think.
We're
now.
almost halfway to the next marker.
I'm going to say about
halfway to the
61.
next marker,
I
yeah.
can't remember.
I think you got 14 in the last contest.
Okay, cool. So I'll just put it on around 60 then.
I'm 11 away
No,
from the next milestone.
Jesus.
Wait, 14, 15, 16,
They
17,
call
18,
her Harper
19,
built the
22.
fuck different Hoffman.
I can't do maths. Yeah, 60. I'll just call it 60.
They're going
not
to kick you again
620.
and take super soldier serum out of your DNA.
I
I mean, I'm
Wait, sorry.
halfway between the two. I'm halfway between the 400 and the 800. That's nice.
Wish that was me. Oh, Mabel's having such a dog shit time. I don't think.
I mean, we're all in a death match. I don't think existence is particularly rosy.
Oh no, I'm having a great time.
I will concede
I
that
think
Mabel
that's
is having,
incorrect. I think
on balance, Mabel seems to be having the worst time of it by far.
Okay, I think it is now time for trust building once again.
yeah.
So each competitor player asks one question to earn ask the question to another from the trust building questionnaire. Player answers with a short flashback to their life before the game. I can insert details if I wish. And the player who had the flashback marks it down as an advantage on their sheet, and both competitors mark trust with each other.
Is this on intimate conversation prompts? Sorry.
Yes, that is correct.
I
So-
think that Harper goes over to the doctor, like flips a chair around and sits in front of her. He's like, "You did really, really well against
Sorry, there were
the
chairs
Alpha
on this
Squad."
boat.
Yeah, there's chairs on this boat because I said there
I was
are.
picturing a rowing boat. Are we on a ship?
Yeah, this is like a kind of beat up old cruise ship.
Oh damn! I've been picturing us like squished in a rowing boat this entire time.
Well,
I'm
you
so
can.
sorry.
We
Sorry,
launched.
yes.
We're on the rowing boat, so you're half
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you're-
Sorry, you flip a chair around and
I flip a chair around. I sit down. I'm like, "You did so well against the Alpha Squad. Tell me about a time you almost died."
a time I once died.
You almost died.
Oh, almost. I was thinking I'm very much still alive.
No,
for
like
now.
a time you almost died, because like that was a deadly firefight and you held your own. So like, I'm just curious.
I'm a nuclear engineer. There are many, many times I have almost died. And I would say a good 70% of them, I was to blame. I have learned to handle my nerves. You have to if you want to survive in my field. Look at this cool map. And I hold out the map to her.
I take the map and I look at it.
There is a theatre. I'm wondering whether they mean an operating theatre or a theatre with shows.
Only one way to find out.
Vaguely dystopian either way.
Just a little bit.
What about you? Was there a time when you almost died?
No.
Can I tell if she's lying or not?
Can you tell if she's lying or not?
I think my instinct is saying that she is.
Well, then that's what you'll have to follow.
So I just say, so tell me about that time you didn't almost die.
We go into a flashback as Taylor quickly checks our lines and veils.
Sure.
Um,
I feel like Ari would also have gone into a very brief flashback. It's literally just a burst of blinding white light. And her screaming out a name. It sounds like Roddy, but you couldn't be sure. If you were to, peek into her head at this moment. But it's like it's over as soon as, like, it's almost subliminal.
For Harper, you see a darkened warehouse. And she is just casual outfit, like black tank top, blue jeans, heeled boots. And there are like tables pushed off to the side, and you can't quite see what's on them other than stacks of money. And this man is talking to her and has a gun aimed at her. And she closes her eyes and then very quickly draws out a gun and fires 3 times. And that's the flashback.
Wonderful. So you both get to mark trust with each other, and you both get an advantage to use later down the line. Just let me know and I will tell you what die value that is. So Calliope and Mabel, do you have any questions that you'd like to potentially ask each other.
Sure. So Mabel, you feel a small presence approaching you as squatting or sitting down next to you in the seat is Calliope Lee. She gives a look over to your injuries, kind of makes some small remarks about like, hey, are you doing okay? And then she says, so actually I was posted up on the cliff in the last island and I saw what happened to you. And I just wanted to say, first of all, it's incredible how hardy you are and how resilient. I would, and I guess I was just wondering, like, where that came from. Could you tell me, please, about a time that you were in pain and used willpower to push through? Because I think that's something that I could learn from you.
To paint a picture, Mabel here is I think I want to start this off with like their sort of recovery was less so recovery and more sort of like a sort of decompression panic attack in a corner, just like kind of crying and drinking through this. I think this is just after that, so they're like puffy eyed, exhausted, and a bit tipsy, but. Um, I don't. I mean, it's not a. I didn't develop it as a skill from like one thing. It's. I don't know. You tolerate stuff and everything sucks, and you tolerate more stuff and everything still sucks, and you tolerate more stuff and it's good for a little bit and then it's back, and you do it long enough and. I guess you forget how to stop getting up. Like Lazarus, I have a sort of divine inability to stay my stupid ass down.
Calliope thinks back to getting up every day to do this job and everything that she's gone through with her childhood and her relationship with her parents, and she nods and says, "That's super understandable. It sounds like you really had it rough."
That's a very generous way to put it. I just don't think I was good at it. Well, I have to, out of character select the question. I was looking through these and I just genuinely got caught up in Nation Taylor's character work. Hold on.
I'd love it so much if after that you did something like memorable sports victory. That would.
I am so afraid of something like that. Oh God!
Can you imagine?
I'm looking at the sheet in fear.
Oh my God. Oh, actually, no. I know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Before we go on to that, I was just wondering, is there anything that you specifically remember that you're holding back from Calliope about a time that you pushed through pain?
Can I offer to get weird on this one? Because I have actually. I think maybe it was just being entirely honest about that. Like I don't think it has to be a flashback because like it has just sort of regularly sucked for about 30 years. There's very little like I don't we don't need to get anything there. It's just like sort of on a regular basis getting into lines and veils with sort of parental behaviors. But like I don't know. If you will let me, I might like to do a flashback based on the question Mabel was about to ask Calliope.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
I think Mabel flashes back to like the last. I think it's 4 weeks out before exam season, and they're looking at like a calendar. They're looking at a calendar. It's got like two different. It's got a psychiatrist appointment on it. It's got a like scheduled prescription plan. It's got several test dates. It's got like fun social events. It's got like a date on there, an honest to God date on there. And I think looking through each of there's like a brief flash of like being in a therapist's office, being in like a school guidance counselor's office, like taking classes, doing well, sort of coming out of their shell, like very much like I don't know, it's sort of like dynamism to who you are as a person. It's like, oh, you are figuring out how to be a human being for the first time in your life. And they are, as they look at this, on the phone with their parents, getting sort of terrible news of a cancer diagnosis, and they look at this and are like, no, yeah, I can come back home. I don't have any. No, it's all right. I don't have anything planned. It wasn't going great anyway. I'll be back. And they trash the calendar, and a week later they're in a meeting with guidance counselor, dropping out. And then Mabel looks at Recline and says, what's the biggest, the worst, the most awful little lie you've ever told? And they're asking, tell me about the biggest lie you've ever told. Do you feel ashamed or proud?
Oh my god.
Let me think about this. So there is something that Gabor Mate, philosopher, has expounded upon the human condition. And it's talking about someone who, from a very young age, they've learned to tailor every single waking moment of their life to the people around them. And in Calliope's case, it's her parents. And when you ask this question to her, the camera pans at this textbook, and it just says, there is no place, even internal, that is untouched by compromise. People affected by this are a composite of what is acceptable and nothing more. And Calliope says, she says, my biggest lie, and again, it's like panning out to like the calendar, her own Calliope's calendar on her schedule, like every single thing that is like on there is something that she clearly didn't choose for herself. They're not like her hobbies. They're not things that she loves. She's not going to events that she wants to. And it's just like a bunch of things like in a row. And the calendar's like torn at the bottom. And she says, the biggest lie, I lied to my parents that I was going to sneak out of the house when I was like 17, when I was dating someone. I got in a lot of trouble for that, she says, lying through her teeth.
Mabel raises the bottle up like cheers. Thanks for bullshitting me.
Update, this is now the biggest lie.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you both mark trust with each other, and you get an advantage to use later in the line.
Calliope is so truthful, you guys.
If you answer a
can trust
question
her
about
next
what's your biggest
somehow.
lie with your biggest lie. Are you technically telling the truth because you're presenting
I'm
the
not.
truth?
Biggest
And
lie.
therefore, is
Just
it
a
no longer your
quotation
biggest
marks.
lie?
Yeah.
Etc.
Honestly, this is the first bit of agency that she's had in her life. So in a way, she's mirroring Mabel like
I'm
100%.
so happy for her.
Oh my god.
But she's never gonna say that.
Yeah. Showing Mabel the last thing they want to see, Mabel.
Ari has had too much agency, I feel. Ari has the opposite problem.
Oh my god.
Okay, the last thing that we need to do before arriving at Island 3 is giving you all one more advance. So you can advance your D8 capability to D10 as long as it's not redacted. You can advance your D6 capability to D8 as long as it's not redacted. You can do this twice and bump it up to you can do it to a second capability. You can advance your occupation die to a D8, or you can roll another occupation.
I'm taking a D10 in deathmatch, baby.
Ooh.
I have to look at the occupations list.
Going strong.
I'm doing the same. My D8 is becoming a D10.
What's your D8 in?
It used to be in deathmatch. Now it's a D10. My social game was a D8. That was my original one.
You know what? Yeah, the only thing I really have to pick is occupation die to D8. I'm just gonna have to get really creative with how I use that.
I did highly consider snake mode, but
So
no.
I can either up something to a D8 or a D10, or up my occupation die to a D8.
Maybe I might be doing dog shit.
Maybe upping social game to a D8. I think she's going to be playing slightly more of a social game from now on.
Oh.
But when we're about to go into the deathmatch island,
it's time to yap.
Roll credits.
Yes.
It's time to make friends and influence people.
Trust that if Calliope finally gets a chance to distribute weapons at any point,
We have to stop letting Mabel win these contests. We have to stop letting Mabel win early in the island and then completely fuck it in the second half.
I don't know. That sounds fine to me.
You don't have 4 injuries. I want to keep playing this.
You're right. I don't.
Mabel just passes the baton in the second half, straight over. Harper's gonna kill us all, man. And good for her. Women's wrongs.
We support women's rights and women's wrongs here on Euphoria.
Well, in the meantime, we are now arriving at Island 3. So, under normal circumstances, the competitors have to disembark individually in their own separate boats. But you have a classified map for Island 3, and you know about the location of the archives. So if you want to, you can all land at the archives together. But you don't have to. If someone wants to strike out on their own, they can.
It's our final island.
It's our final island.
Sorry, I'm silly. I only just realised that.
Our final destination.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Please don't phrase it like that.
Lots of creative ways to die.
No.
I know where I want to go personally.
I'm intrigued by the feast. That's kind of disturbing me a little bit.
I want to go to the castle.
I'd be happy going to any of these places, in fairness.
Well, we don't have to go together, I think, is what production is saying.
Yeah.
So.
And I think if you're going together, it's to the archives or it's on your own to somewhere else.
Do we have to go together to the archives?
No, someone can go to the archives on their own, I think.
Could the archives reveal more about what's going on here, potentially? That's my only thing that I'm... Are we only picking one destination and then we're heading to Endgame?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, because I noticed obviously none of the others are connected up. Oh boy. I don't know, it's just bugging me that archives was only on the classified map. I feel like there must be something important there for that reason.
I think Ari would be interested anyhow, eh?
Yeah. I think Ari would want to try and uncover stuff, so as much as Anusha would like to go to the discotheque, I feel like Ari will probably end up at the archives. So yeah, I think that's the one that makes most sense.
Okay, what's everyone else thinking?
I'm gonna go to the castle.
No.
It
Because you
makes
are
sense.
a queen.
It makes sense because we went to one of the redacted places last time, and there was a greater
Yeah.
store of weapons there.
This is true.
So to Harper, knowing that she's gonna survive and go into the final round, she wants to get kit up.
Yeah. That's fair.
And so that's where she's going.
Magnolia, do you have thoughts?
I'm very interested in all the redacted stuff. However, it seems broadly like it's being covered, and I will allow that to satisfy my curiosity.
You can come with me if you want.
Okay. Well, there's also the sphere, is the thing.
That's the other redacted one, isn't it? What does it mean by sphere?
Something round and three-dimensional in its roundness.
See, I'm just picturing, what are those? Are they like zorbs or something? Those ball things?
I'm thinking
Yes!
like
the hamster things?
I love those. Oh my goodness, I went in one that you weren't strapped into. You went in your swimsuit, and they had like a little bit of water and soap, and they roll you down a hill, and it's like being in a washing machine, but safe because there's
I don't think I could do that.
Oh my gosh, it was a great time.
Survivable version of being in the washing machine. Do you want to?
Actually, that would be better than being strapped in, because you can at least like keep yourself upright. You're not like at the whim of like turning around with the ball. So I think I'd go.
Yeah, and because gravity in the water's moving, you stay sat. Like you're not going round and round.
Okay, that's all right then. As long as I'm not like tumbling round and round like I'm in a washing machine and
having a sort of Kamsus or Todd experience, tumbling. Do you want to swim with a buddy on this one? Because I'm thinking of going.
Who was that to? Sorry.
Who
was that to? Sorry.
I was asking Leah if they want to swim with a buddy on this one and go out to the sphere.
Ooh.
Sure.
You do not have to, however, join me in the orb.
Sure, why not? To the orb.
Wow, we're starting to sound like a cult. Join me in the orb.
We already had the cult episode. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, sphere it is.
Okie dokie.
We're just curious little bunnies. We want to find all the redacted things.
Yeah.
I just want the biggest cache of weapons. I'm not gonna lie. That's my only motivation here.
I want to know how to take this thing down, and in order to do that, I need to know what it is.
Very fair. Why don't we start with the sphere then? So I think
fucking ball.
As you're
let's fall, literally.
Yeah. You are each given your little lifeboats and dropped off the side of the cruise ship, and you are given very strict instructions that you must land at separate docks on the island, but you ignore those because production can't tell you what to do. So Mabel and Calliope, either do you think you share a boat, or do you each go in your own boat?
I think Calliope would take her own boat, but would be chatting to reassure the entire time The boat thing is just a precaution in case something happens to the one, then we have another.
Very fair. Okay, so you make your way up to this strange, anomalous island. You can see that from the seascape around you that there are icebergs and ice flows, but on this island the climate is much more similar to the south of England or the north of France at the height of summer. You can see that there is lush undergrowth being held back from immaculate green lawns. There are peacocks wandering across the lawns and beautiful rose bushes. There are also marble statues kind of dotted across the landscape, somewhat marred by the bird poop that covers them. And in front of you is a huge sphere sitting on the lawn, made of bright white polymer fabric. There's a tunnel of clear plastic that leads into it to an entry flap. And as you approach, you can feel a pounding in your head, and you feel as though random flashes of memory are flickering across your eyes as you approach. So, to lay it all out on the table, to enter the sphere, you need to do a redacted contest versus subconscious programming.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh.
So, if you enter, I need to ask you a question about a repressed memory. And I've got some choices to choose from in the book, so it's up to my discretion.
We're definitely fucking entering. I'll tell you the fuck what. I'm pushing the button. We have to enter. You have
go for it.
We're not turning, but we're not turning around. No.
We're in here.
What is with this climate? I'm worried about this climate. What is?
I am excited for this climate. I love being in the south of England in the summer.
Harry's like, what is this climate change? Why is it so isolated? I'm concerned.
The only thing you should be concerned of is climate out of this hellhole. Yeah! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Oh my god. No, that's the attitude we need. Thank you.
So,
bringing horrible puns. All right, Maddie.
I need to do a dice pool for the subconscious programming.
Please, my redacted deleted D6 be nice.
Same.
It is a dangerous contest, so if you fail, you will take an injury.
Oh, fuck me.
But each of the dice
is
only
Magnolia, you have to believe in yourself. You're going to win.
Orb. What's the worst it can do?
Psychological damage.
It's psychic damage, isn't it?
Yeah. You only have to beat an 11. The highest I rolled was a 5, and the danger level is a 6.
God is good.
You can do this, Magnolia.
I remember when we had to beat 5s.
Yeah, that was a nice time. Honestly, wish we could go back, fam.
we gotta go back.
We gotta go back.
I was like, oh, it's only, and I'm expected to hear like 8 or 9, and then I hear 11, and I'm like,
only
remember when Callisto feeling reborn on an island that she'd only just stepped foot on was the worst of our problems?
Yeah.
Someone's having a nice time. How dare they?
At least 2 exploded D6s to beat that. Like,
okay.
Exploded D6. Are we playing Warhammer?
I was thinking
System
Deadlands,
change.
but you do you.
I don't know how to play Warhammer. The only thing I remember is there's a TTRPG of Warhammer that has exploding dice, and that's all I know.
I've been watching too much Deadlands, and also I'm currently getting into Warhammer via Blood Bowl. Learned there was a D16 and went, what the hell does that look like? And still can't picture it.
Name? I'm going to use
occupation.
I'm going to justify occupation for this, God willing. My D6 redacted. Yeah, we're making like 3 checks on this island. I'm about to start burning through shit. I have to find another D8.
Would you like me to go, or shall we wait?
Oh, I was selecting dice. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I understand.
Can I offer you some trust in this trying time?
I was going to take the press.
Unfortunately, you cannot use trust if you are not present.
Yeah.
And I believe for this,
I'm only over here.
here.
I'm in a different boat. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yelling across the bay, I believe in you.
Sending positive psychic waves.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's...
Look at the conditions in which mushrooms grow. You can grow in these conditions too.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, that's really sweet, actually.
It's unexpectedly wholesome. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. Okay. D8
If
name.
cyanobacteria can do it, you can do it.
If they can be a fungi, you can be a fungi.
I want to be a fungi so badly.
A gender neutral fungi, of course.
No, that is not gender neutral when they say it. Oh my God, Mabel, you've got issues. Okay. I'm occupation, name, trust, not deathmatch, redacted. Occupation, name, trust. Is there? If I use a fatigue, I can challenge beast this. And we've got like this and then one other thing. So I'm perfectly willing to burn a fatigue now. So
I mean, it is only an 11. I think.
I'm so scared.
You have every right to be scared of that injury. You use all the resources you want to.
I can't
that is fair.
taking injury.
You also
God.
have the advantages from your flashbacks as well, if you think either of your flashbacks will help you in this situation.
If this thing is giving us flashbacks. Yeah,
Maybe
there's
something
two
in the...
of them. I think there's only 2 more rolls after this on this island. So
maybe there's something in the mental fortitude it took to endure the previous flashback that you can then carry forward into enduring this psychic.
yes, precisely, because that's the same logic I'm using for using like the caretaker occupation is like if they can deal with their parents for the last 10 years and for that last 20 years, they can like there is no sort of subconscious programming worse than a mother and father.
Too real.
Mom, Dad, if you're seeing this, we're chill. This isn't about you.
Yeah. I felt so much of this is just who Mabel is as a person and what that means for surviving this.
Yeah.
I feel like you are just resilience personified.
You can do this.
Yeah, no,
you got this.
Lazarus over here refuses to fucking die.
Exactly.
And in that case, I suppose what is the dice for flashback?
So if you're using the kind of mental resilience kind of memory, I'm going to say you can add a D10.
Okay. Second D10.
Okay.
So that's 2 D10s, 3 D8s, and a D6.
Sweet.
Wow.
Law of large numbers, don't fail me now.
Come on.
Also, now we want to roll things I can't count to. That's a 16.
Nice.
8 on a D8, 8 on a D10, 7 on a D10, 2 on a D8, 5 on a D8, 6 on a D6. So 16.
Incredible.
I knew you could do it.
Thank you.
Yay.
Calliope, what dice are you rolling?
So, we've got name dice, occupation dice, the D6 for redacted. I will push a fatigue to use deathmatch. And I will expend my my advantage dice with Mabel Does that also use a trust? Is that how?
So your advantage die just comes from the fact that you've had a flashback.
Okay.
Trust is a separate thing, but
Okay,
since you are here with Mabel, you could use that.
And what dice is that?
That would be Mabel's name die, I believe.
Okay, which is
D8.
a D8. Okay. And I'm adding the 2 highest,
Yes.
correct? So an 8 and a 7 is
15.
15.
Beautiful. Okay. So starting with Calliope, you enter into the sphere, and it's an infinite white space. You cannot tell where the room ends, and you start to feel like you can't tell where you end and the room begins. You feel like you are just merging into this white light. And I would like for you to tell me about a sphere just like this from when you were a child. Tell me about that memory.
Fortunately, the feeling of Calliope and the sphere being one and the same, never ending, losing track of herself is easy for her to handle because she doesn't have very much of a self. There is a memory of when she was younger. It's unclear whether production removed this or suppressed this for their own purposes, or perhaps because Calliope asked as a favor. They're in a small Chinese American church. Oh, wait, pause. Am I allowed to mention real world religion?
Let me check my surveils.
Thank you, sorry.
Real world religion does not have anything marked against it, so you can mention that, yes.
Okay, it'll just be in passing. Okay, tight. And it's her kind of like sitting in this like kind of shitty red velvet seat. There's Bibles with the little like holster things that they have like behind the pews. And people are talking, there's a sermon happening, and it's talking about like, the Lord loves you exactly as you are. And she hears that, and the whole thing feels like white noise because she doesn't know who she is. So it's pretty comfortable for her.
Nice. And I am going to add a detail to that you glance over to the stained glass window, and suddenly the stained glass window turns completely transparent. You can see right through it, and on the other side of the window is a white sphere just hovering in the air, and you can tell that if you walked up to it you would be able to walk inside. And then suddenly the stained glass window returns and everything's back to normal. And if you want to, you can write that off as a momentary daydream.
There's sorry, maybe I'm not understanding. There's a place I can enter, like an actual physical space.
It looks like the sphere on the other side of the window, it would be big enough for a person to go inside.
Well, we're going.
It's already disappeared.
Okay, I see.
Sphere is a metaphor for something.
Okay, so is this like in the flashback beyond
Yes.
the stained glass window in the church? You're imagining that you're seeing the sphere that you're currently in.
Okay.
If you could enter it, is that?
Yes.
Copy.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
The ability to realize who you are was there all along.
The power was in use the entire time.
So you can now note down that flashback as an advantage, and you also mark 1 trust with production.
Fuck. What?
Whatever
Sorry,
that
what?
means.
What?
Bat shit.
Do we want that?
Yes.
Oh, we want that.
I don't see how that could be a bad thing at all.
Taylor and I are on the same wavelength. All right.
I don't trust this. They're trying to kill us.
No, I'm trying to kill you.
Okay, they're not trying to kill us, but they do not care if we die.
That's
we
fine.
deserve it. It's fine.
Okay, so Mabel, you have just seen Calliope go into the sphere, and you decide to follow. You go inside, you see that same infinite white space that is just so impossibly huge and just stretches over your entire vision, and even your, like, you can tell that it's just all around you, all encompassing. And I would like you to tell me about one of your family members competed in Deathmatch Island. Who was it? Did they come back?
I wish I'd gone to the sphere now.
I'm fucking hype.
These questions are banging.
Welcome to the orb of character development.
Let's go. Gamers.
Oh my god. Mabel's family, like brother, sister.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
gotta be right.
On Earth.
Yeah, it's either it was a family member we were not already aware of, or it was a parent and they came back different.
I don't think it was. You know who I think it's the reason their their brother never calls, never texts, like just completely left and just disappeared, but not because they won. Like they did Deathmatch Island to get for like any sort of escape from the family, because like I think out of the three of them, they were sort of the Mabel's older brother was sort of like the rowdiest, the least well behaved, the sort of least like disposed to deal with any of this shit. And so like at 18 years old, he just goes for it, pulls through, wins the thing. They see him one more time, like 3 years later, and he has only come back to gloat and then leave.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
And I don't think Mabel was able to put two and two together that it's or not until right now that this is that like he did this, because he came back a bit like not beaten up but like scarred, like something happened a while ago. Like they had healed but the marks were still there. And so he came like for no other reason than to say like fuck you, fuck all of you, I hate all of you, pointing at their parents. You two are god awful, miserable dickheads, and you're going to hell. Pointing at Mabel and her like older sister, like you two were absolute cowards for still being here. You're colossally bitch made. Never fucking contact me again. Peace, morons. And then disappears into the fucking wind.
One detail that I'm going to add as the production player is that he says before he leaves to each member of the family, you have to accept your punishment.
Oh my fucking god.
No way.
Bro.
Do you not think they've been through enough, bro? You got out, you petty little dickhead. Oh my god.
Dude.
He was never nice, that's for sure.
So you can mark down that flashback, that banger of a flashback as an advantage, and mark 1 trust with production.
Okay, hold on.
Damn, y'all should have all come to the sphere. We could have had terrible mental times together.
Yeah, we could have had.
Maybe we still will. Maybe there is the equivalent in the archive. I don't know.
Honestly,
You
I'm
know what
absolutely
truths I'll
gassed for
find.
whatever I'm gonna find.
Okay, I guess
We're
we're
just gonna have a
flashback
nice
to the
time in a
hall.
medieval castle.
Oh, I hope so. Honestly,
We're gonna have a nice little day trip.
Taylor's cheering the Green Knight right now.
Enjoy the gift shop.
Harper's drinking Pepsi and watching jousting. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Oh my. Hello.
Okay, so as you emerge from this blinding white light, you find yourselves together in this very plain white room, just a cube of a room with doors which you presume lead outside onto the lawn again. And you see just on a white table in the center of the room one redacted acquisition of tier 3 and classified maps of all 3 islands.
One.
So you need to decide amongst. I think because Mabel just beat out Calliope in that contest, Mabel technically gets to decide who gets that redacted acquisition.
The cost of friendship.
You know what?
Wait, is it not one each on there?
No, it is just one.
Just one. Oh, okay.
Because the competitors are meant to go to different locations individually, and you've broken the rules.
I just
Damn,
took
we've
the
lost
hand
out
of
on a
friendship
thing.
that was offered to me. Here we
Yeah,
are.
and I'm gonna offer a second one. Mabel, I think Mabel might come out of it first and like take the thing and the maps, and I think they look at Calliope and say, "Well, hold up, whatever it is, I don't know what it is." We just went through, not overall, we've been going through some bullshit this whole time. But right now, I think you and I both went through something utterly strange. If you can look me in my eyes and tell me honestly what you saw, it's yours.
Calliope looks Mabel Winter in the eye and she says, I saw that I was in the church that my family has gone to for my entire life. And I saw on the pulpit where the sermon was being given a man speaking, and above that, a stained glass window with the sun shining through. And maybe this isn't something that I saw, but in the words, I heard that God does not care for people who don't care about themselves. This is the first truthful thing Calliope has said in Deathmatch Island. And can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
You have been, this entire time, you have been acting in all the islands like you're already damned. And I think I'm already damned too.
Well, let's go together.
She takes it and she will give Mabel a hug, knowing that she will knife her in the back later.
Mabel, thank you.
So I've just rolled a d20 on the table, and Calliope, you have an inscrutable gadget in your hands. a strange-looking device that you can't quite fathom, but it may prove useful later down the line.
Acquired.
Oh my
Whoopee!
god! Oh my god!
Congrats on your gizmo.
Yep.
So,
You told the first truth of your game and then you said that? Are you serious?
No one is doing it like Luyu. You have to understand this. No one is doing this like Luyu.
Doing
And
it like
we are all like honored and humbled and grateful to be in her presence right now.
I'm taking stress. I'm taking stress.
genuinely, Leo, it's
Oh,
genuinely
it's
your world and we're all living in
phenomenal.
it right now. Holy,
Exactly.
oh my god.
unique,
Wow.
talented, incredible, never before
The
seen.
whiplash I got from that. I thought
No,
it was a
that was
genuine
perfect.
moment.
That was perfection.
And on that bombshell, I think it's time to close up the episode for tonight. We will be back with one more episode, with the final episode of Deathmatch Island for you very soon. But for now, I would love to hear from my incredible, talented players, where we can find them on the internet and more of their work, starting with Luyu.
Hi, my name is Luyu, she, her pronouns. I have socials. Feel free to find them. I won't plug them, but instead I'll say, are you tuning in to Pantsless Tables Pride? They're holding a marathon. Please check it out if you can. It's like over 48 hours of live stream TTRPG content. I think you will love it.
Beautiful. And Taylor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor Navarro. I use she, her pronouns. I am many things. But most importantly, I am a creative consultant here at Euphoria. So please make sure that you are checking out all of our amazing content. I've had a look at or had my hand in pretty much all of it at this point, and it's amazing, and you should check it out. If you like me and my voice, I'm also a streamer. You can find me streaming video games and co-working over on moonbeam.stream at TaylorAnnNX, which is also the name of my socials. So when you see the command in chat, go find me. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. And Anusha.
Hello, I'm Anusha Battersby, pronouns she, her. I can be found using just my name on pretty much any socials. That's ANUSIA and then Battersby, BATTERSBY, other than on TikTok and Tumblr, where I am Anushard because I play Gwen Bouchard in the Magnus Protocol, which will be returning in the summer. I'll also shortly be recording for and appearing in Dracula 2004 as Lucy and as the character of Control in the upcoming podcast Redacted. Which I believe is, I don't know if they'll still be funding at the point when this goes out. But if it is not, then make sure you check it out. And also the Homeward Foundation, which will be coming out in early June. Yeah, that's most of it. I'm also, I've forgotten how time works. I'm in stuff, but it's like next week from now, so I can't say it now because this will not be. I'm in actual plays. Go check those out too.
Excellent. And Magnolia.
Hello, my name is Magnolia Johnson. My pronouns are she, her. I'm in much less than all of these talented, wonderful people, but I'm still in a couple of things. You can find me at Daisy Power at. Hold on. Yeah, you can find me at Daisy Power Hour, no caps, all lowercase, no spaces, on Blue Sky. Also, you could just type Female Hysteria in. That's the little nickname I have on there. It's a holdover from Twitter. Not. You can also find me at one, soon to be two actual plays on Scone's Tavern. That's I know how to pronounce letters. SKOENSTAVERN.twitch.tv. On every other Tuesday for a game of Dragonbane. So I'm not next to remembering how
You've done
time.
the thing as well.
Every other
Time is
Tuesday,
fake. Don't worry about it.
if you go in one Tuesday and we're not there, it's going to be the next Tuesday. And every Wednesday, I believe, starting in June for a Lancer game.
Fantastic. I have been your production player, Maddie Searle. You can find me on social media at Maddie is Abstract. You can also head to my eccentrically named website, snazzytapier.com, to find out all the wonderful things I do, including A Game of One's Own, which is a solo and duet TTRPG actual play podcast. And of course, our wonderful hosts, Euphoria. You should follow them on YouTube, on Twitch, on social media. You should go to the Patreon. You should give them all the money, and come back next time for the final episode of Deathmatch Island. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you then. Goodbye.
See ya.